What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today I'm going to give you guys a quick update when it comes to the Social Security Fairness Act. The Senate is actually taking this up as we speak. And let me show you. Just go right over to, this is an article from The Hill. And so let's look at this headline. It says Social Security bill clears first hurdle in the Senate. And it's saying the Senate is plowing forward with consideration of the Social Security Fairness Act, clearing its first procedural hurdle on what supporters hope is a path to passage later this week. And so this first hurdle that they're talking about, the Senate voted 73-27 to advance the measure. So they'll be advancing the measure to the final vote, basically, is what they're saying here. And it's unclear if they're voting later today. They probably will wait till tomorrow. But when we're looking at the final number here, 73 yeses, 27 noes. And so we know they have the votes when it comes to moving this proposal forward. They have 61 co-sponsors already. You need 60 votes in order to pass. And so they are talking about this on the Senate floor. Maybe I'll show you some footage at the very end of this video. But this is what's going on right now. So it's very, very close. Looks like they will be passing the Social Security Fairness Act later this week. And I'll be back to let you guys know if we get that information. As soon as we get that information, I'll let you guys know. And then where do we go from here? Because that's going to be important. How are they going to roll this out? Retroactive, how far back are they going to go? We have an idea, just looking at the bill that passed in the House, we have an idea that they're going back from 1 year. So it'll be retroactive 1 year. So what that would mean is that people who are going to benefit from this elimination of weapon GPO will receive some type of payment. I would imagine a check, and that check will reflect all of 2024. So for some people, that's going to be a pretty big check. And I did a video about this with research that had been done, and they were basically saying that it would be around $7,000. That would be the difference. So for a year. So that would mean that if they were go retroactive back to the beginning of 2024, then the average person that's impacted by the elimination of weapon GPO would see a check of about $7,000. But we need to follow it and see how they're going to roll it out. And are they going to have any other, if you eliminate weapon GPO, then now there's not going to be a formula. And so we're going to have to figure out what the increases will look like for those individuals. And so this is a good day. Now, it's not for everyone. Obviously, we talked about this before. This is going to impact people who earn a pension, okay? Not everyone that earns a pension, but some people that earn a pension will qualify for an increase in their benefits. And I'm not retired yet, as far as I haven't started collecting Social Security benefits, but I am retired in the sense that I'm collecting a pension. And I would qualify for this if I were old enough to qualify for Social Security benefits. But since I'm not there yet, this will impact me when I get to the point where I want to start collecting Social Security. Now, you have some people who are currently receiving a pension, and they're also receiving Social Security benefits, or they're eligible to receive Social Security benefits, but some people are receiving those benefits at a reduced amount. And some people might not even be receiving any benefits at all when it comes to Social Security because they have a pension. So for survivors and spousal benefits. And so as soon as they pass this will be good news for them, and we'll just continue to follow it and see where it goes. But the final vote has not happened yet. Let me make that clear.
Vote that we're about to move to here shortly. It sounds like motherhood and apple pie. The Social Security Fairness Act. Who could be against Social Security fairness? The fact of the matter is the policy does address a challenge with Social Security for a single-digit percentage of people who have a pension, a government pension program, and they're not necessarily getting exactly what they should back. So it is something we need to fix. But this is not the way to fix it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 10 years away from most economists' consensus believing that the Social Security Trust Fund is going to reach insolvency. 10 years. 10 years away. This bill will take $200 billion over that 10-year period out of the Social Security Trust Fund, without any offsetting payment to it. So that is to right a wrong for a small percentage of people that should get fairly treated. They're going to raid $200 billion with a B over 10 years to pay for this. That pulls insolvency forward by 6 months. Now, 6 months doesn't sound like a lot if you're talking, years and years and years into the future, but we're estimated to be reaching insolvency within the next 9 to 10 years. Suddenly, 6 months becomes a pretty significant amount of time. So we're bowing to, we have people here who have voted against bills before because they say, I don't like the idea of something not going through regular order, getting dumped on us at the last minute and voting on it. Ladies and gentlemen, this bill has not even had a hearing in any committee in the House or the Senate. It got sent to us through a procedure called a discharge petition, which means that they've discharged their duty of doing regular order, sent it to us, and now we're about to take a vote today without having voted on it. Now, I know there are a lot of people that say Tom Tillis must be committing political suicide because how could you be against Social Security fairness? People asked me the same question when I was against the PACT Act that my office helped author. The PACT Act was a veterans bill, a $1 trillion bill that we had a commitment to take through regular order to get it right before we passed it. And I talked to veterans groups who were concerned with my lack of support for a bill that I helped author. And I said, it's because I think you're going to regret it by us not thinking through the implications. I said, it wouldn't surprise me if 2 years from now, you're going to see and realize the very challenges that I told you about. But they said, you know what? We think it'll work itself out. Well, you know what happened almost 2 years to the month? We're $3 billion in the hole for the current year veterans budget and $15 billion in the hole going forward. Because we didn't do our homework. We caved to the pressure of the moment instead of doing this on a sustainable basis. Now, I don't know how many people are going to oppose the bill today. It is likely to move through. But to those of you who are looking past the regular order and fixing the things that I know are not fixed in this bill, own it when we have to come back and fix it. I will come back and fix it. I will help with Social Security reform, but know that you're making the job harder to fix a trust fund that is within 10 years of going insolvent. It would be easy for me to talk to my friends at the Fraternal Order of Police and say, yeah, we're going to get this done. And by God, I hope somebody over the next 8 to 10 years fixes Social Security in the future, because in 10 years, there will be a mandatory 17 minimum. 17% cut in the Social Security benefit across the board if we continue to fail to act here and if we continue to dig a deeper hole by the vote that we're having today. So to those of you who need this fix, who need to be treated fairly, count me in. But understand the folks that are rushing this vote today are hastening today where they're probably going to break the promise for 97% more people on Social Security who do not benefit from this bill. Look, I'm in an election cycle. A lot of people may think that I am committing political suicide by doing this, but this chamber needs courage and needs to say what needs to be said. We are about to pass an unfunded $200 billion spending package for a trust fund that is likely to go insolvent over the next 9 to 10 years, and we're going to pretend like somebody else has to fix it. Well, when you're a U.S. Senator and you got the election certificate, that falls on us. Now I want to finish with this. There is nobody in this chamber I hate to be in disagreement more than the senior senator from Maine. Senator Collins understands that we do need to fix this, and her sense of fairness and her expertise is unmatched in this chamber. We do not disagree with what we ultimately need to do. This is a disagreement in how to get there and how to have something that addresses the downstream risk. So it is with some trepidation that I come to the floor and criticize the good work of Senator Collins, but I do it because there's so much riding on us getting this right and having the courage to fix Social Security over the next few years, folks, or record this speech. We will rue the day that we failed to do it. Thank you, Madam President.
You see, you do have some senators that appreciate the Social Security Fairness Act, but they don't appreciate how it was basically managed, how they moved this proposal through Congress. And so when they have that final vote, I will be back. I'll let you guys know all the information, so make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification. If you like this video, please give me a like, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.